Hello everyone, welcome back to my AK coding channel. We'll be learning in this playlist about HTMLs, so we'll be continuing with the 11th lesson. So as we promised, we have only 4 videos left in order to be 15 lessons. So if you're ready, let's get started after this lesson. So today's lesson is about HTML5 features and new inputs and some media elements. In the previous video, we have learned about HTML media elements, which are in 5th version. So we'll be learning more elements in this video. Let's explore the latest features in HTML5. What is new in HTML5? HTML5 introduced new elements, new attributes, and new APIs to enhance user experience. There are here some key features I wanted to express here. New input types for forms, media and graphics elements. One of them, for example, canvas. This is the simple tag. And elements for displaying progress, like progress bar, and measurements like meter. And these 3 tags are the new features of HTML, and they are very common in a new. So these tags improves interactivity and functionality. Enhanced form controls. What is enhanced form controls in HTML5 and how it is working? HTML5 introduced input types to handle specific data. For example, we have type, which is email, which validates email addresses. And we have one of them URL, that is actually for web URLs. And we have number type, which allows to us numeric input. And we have a date, which selects a date. So as we learned in our previous lesson about form, we learned some common types which are text and number. But in this video, you'll be learning email, date, URL. So we have form, as we can see here is an example, and we have a label, right? And after that, we have an input, which is the type is email. So it means it validates email address. For example, if you do not write an email, instead of just writing a text, it says, no, you're writing a text, you have to write an email. And this is very great attribute to use in HTML5. We have an ID, we have a name, and required attribute. And we have a break here. And in this second input, we have a date in order to select your birthday or any date you want. So let's go to our Visual Studio Code and code this. So here I am on my Visual Studio Code and I'm going to open a new file called lesson 11. And I will structure the main HTML5 of the structure, which is element. So instead of here, I will be writing HTML5 features. And let's do some codes. So we'll be writing here just simple form, and we'll be checking some attributes regarding the HTML5. I'll write form, and instead of form, I'll be writing label. And for this can be name, and I will write instead of our label just the name. And we have an input type will be email, and it should be required. We have a break, and we have a label again. Can be birth, right? Date of birth, I will write here. And after that, I'll write input, which the type is date, and it should also be required. And after that, we'll be opening in a live server to see the result of our code. And as you can see, we have a name. I will write a name. Oh, instead of name, I have to write in email because we are writing email, right? Email, and I will just change it to email. So if I write something, for example, like this, and I have that also submit button in order to see the result. So write button, which is the type is submit, and I will write submit here. Okay, I will write something, right? For example, I can write my name instead of this. It's better to understand. And I will write the date of birth. So if I press on this, it suggests me in order to write any date. So in order to select, so I will go up further. For example, can do like this even. Oh, I think. Okay, maybe this one, this, and this. So I did it. And if I press submit, it's saying here, hey, you have to include this icon. I mean, this icon, I don't know, and operator in the email address. Abubakar is missing, and this one. So because we have a type which is called email, due to that, it's doing this. Even if I written something instead of our input, so I need to assign this first, and after that I have to write something. For example, iCloud.com, right? And I will just press, and it's saying, hey, you have again a problem. So because you are putting a like semicolon instead of putting dot after this, so I need to put dot, and then when I press submit, it goes. So I think you understand how it is affecting this type, the email type, right? So we'll go back to our slide and we'll continue. So if you haven't understand this part, please comment. I will try to explain. And here we have a URL. I will write URL instead of this one. And when I write the URL, I have to put a URL here. You understand? If I put something else, and if I just select the date, and if I submit, it's saying, hey, you have to enter a URL. So I'll go back, and for example, I will just copy this URL, and I will just put it, and when I press submit, and it goes then. So, and for example, again, we have number. So if I put number, I mean, if I make it this number, and if I try to put letters, it doesn't allow me. Only E letter allows. Only one time E letter, okay? And after that, I can submit. It's saying, please enter a number. So I will enter a number, and it's saying still, no, we have to remove this, or you have to put this at the end. Oh, I think we haven't. And now it's fine, working, right? So we'll be continuing, and after that we will be learning drawing with canvas. So what is drawing with canvas? Canvas is a kind of tag for in HTML is used to draw graphics with JavaScript. So this tag is very common use tag, and we can draw kind of shapes, images, animations, and charts even. So here's an example. So mostly we use canvas with JavaScript. So as you can see, here's a simple example. This code is written with JavaScript. So we have a canvas with the ID of my canvas, and we have a width of the canvas, which is 200, and we have a height, which is 100, and we have a style border 1 pixel, and the style is solid, and the color is black. So we have a script here, and inside of our script we have canvas. We are calling the canvas, and after that we are writing, I mean taking the context with the 2D, and we are filling the style with blue, and we are filling the color. So we can just write this one in our code, and we can see how it works. So I'll go to Visual Studio Code. I will just comment out this one. So in order to comment, we have to press Ctrl/. It's multiple comments. Okay, and here I will write canvas. So canvas, and then I will be writing the ID, my canvas, right? And after that, if we want, we can also copy this code. So let's go back to here, and I will just copy it instead of writing, because it's a waste of time. So we will just, oh, we don't need this one. So I will go here, not like this. I have to go to here, and I will just copy the code. Okay, now I will go back and just copy and paste in order not to waste our time, and we'll try to see our result. So as you can see, we have a shape with using JavaScript with the 2D, and as you can see, we used like kinda color which is blue. If I change the blue to red, it works to the red, because we have a canvas. If I change the width, for example 500, the width will be changed for more. You see? So if I want, I can make it like 100 and 100, and it means like this. You see? So we can use canvas for like drawing shapes, images, like that. So in the next video, we'll be learning and we'll be practicing about some canvas shapes and images. And I will try to post videos regarding them, actually kind of playlist with working and learning canvas more. So we'll go back to our project, to our slide, and we'll learning about some visualizing data. So as I introduced in the initial part of our video, we have other tags, which is progress and meter. So progress represents progress of a task. For example, when you go somewhere, like if you're learning some kind of in online platforms, like kind of video lessons, you will have a progress bar, and on the progress you can see everything. So in this also tag shows the progress from the value to the maximum value. So here in the example you can see value from 70 to maximum 100. And we have a meter. Meter displays a scalar measurement within a range. For example, we have a meter tag, and it's the attributes, which is value, mean, and max. The value at 3 is, and minimum is 0, and maximum is 5. So meter is range from 0 to 5, and its value 3. So both enhance data visualization and interactivity. So we can see this visualization. So we can go back to our Visual Studio Code again, and I will again just press on this, like Control and slash, and I will write here progress. So I think Visual Studio Code doesn't know this one, maybe. And instead of this, I'll write value, for example 70, and I'll write max can be 100, right? And after that, we can see our result here. As you can see, it is 70% of the 100 of the value of the 70% is filled. If I go back and change it to from 70 to 10, it goes a little bit. You see, this is just kind of progress bar. If you want, you can make it more bigger, like 1000. It's small, you see. So, and we have a meter. So I'll write here meter tag. And instead of our meter, we have value for example, can be 3, and we have min can be 0, and max can be 10. And when we go, we can see the meter, like it's metering the third one. This is the 3. If I make it this one minus, it doesn't work. You see, it's like blank, so I cannot do this. So because I just valued to min, like to 0, if I do this 13 and it's full, you see. So we'll go back our slide and I will tell some takeaways, and you have to practice at home. So we have learned about some essential tags in HTML5, which is powerful features like canvas and new input attributes and progress and meter. And I want to tell you, all of you, to practice, like create kind of form using new input types like email, like URL, like this kind of types, and use canvas to draw shapes. If you can, I will be happy for that. If you cannot, just comment, I will help you. And add progress and meter elements to display data, and embrace HTML5 for modern web development. Thank you for watching today's video lesson. If you have any further questions, just comment below and I will try to respond. See you in the next videos.